Okay, so today is probably going to be like the finale episode of the whole Un'Goro thing, and it was such a good coincidence because I didn't know that the twist mode was going to have anything to do with that, but it's kind of like with last month. I'm almost corresponding the gimmick decks that I'm playing as to the ones that are in the twist mode. So like I did Renounced Darkness in the other one, not that that had anything to do with Renounced Darkness, but you could at least use it in there, right? That was that last month or maybe the month before that format. So I played Renounced basically that whole month, even though it would be the same way that I would normally do it, and I still could do it in Wild, and I would sometimes. So here we were trying to do Explore Un'Goro, and I was doing it with Yogg Saron for the first time in a long time. So you get to, or I barely even got to do that because I wasted my dust on Malchezaar and then I had to go back on it and stuff. But basically, I did, we'll do this one in the twist mode itself, and I think today is the last day that I even get to do it. But it doesn't mean I can't do it after that, but it's kind of cool to do it this way, where I moved on from that one gimmick deck to another one, and it just happened to coincide with the fact that the mode, the twist is actually in that format. Did something bad happen? Why? Just because I took so long to start? No, it's just kind of annoying because I'm using like a little bit of a different setup just so that I can, whatever. It's kind of more convenient for me sometimes. So my mic's a little bit different too. So let's see. Or I had to delete my chess account. That's something bad, but that was a while ago just because I failed my challenge for the third time. Unable to get to 1500 on chess.com in 3 tries, which of course I was 1500, but that doesn't really count because it's like provisional. You know, you just win your first game and you're already 15 just because you start at like 17, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, the whole fun of this one is you do Explore Un'Goro like I normally do, and then you just want to get you can do at least 2. Yeah. So I was trying to put Malchezaar in here, but then you couldn't use it in here for whatever stupid reason. I went to craft it in the twist mode and it didn't say it was banned, but then when you go to put it in your deck, then it says it's banned. So that was kind of stupid. But you play as many of the choose your path as you can, then you get a good dump of spells for Yogg. The problem is the deck's so bad that you'll probably lose before you ever get to that chance, but it's a fun thing. And then the other one is Dinazari, which the one big change I made to that is that I put Lord Zamar in there a couple episodes ago, which has been really fun. You get these crazy jacked out values of like a 5-mana 20/20 instead of 5-mana 10/10 that you would normally get with Dinazari. And then on top of that, you get potentially a 2-mana 20/20 with Vandar. Although I've kind of lost a little enthusiasm for Vandar because unless you have a ton of card draw, I put Octosari in there to help with that. So those were the 2 big changes I made last time. Putting Octosari in here and then putting what was supposed to be Malchezaar in the other one, or in this one, but then it was in the other one and then it didn't work. And then I did Yogg instead, so I just wasted a fuckload of dust. And I guess I don't have much interest in the new expansion here, but today should be the very last day of the twist mode. It's wild and ruthless in the Badlands. Renegades and bandits ride tall in the saddle. Complete these bounties to collect event experience, earn rewards, and bring justice to the lawless lands. Not bad, sounded suspicious. Oh. Play 3 games, play 2 games. Okay. There's some really cool... Okay, I don't really care about that. The packs themselves look pretty cool. In a day and age where where the packs look better than the card backs and the rewards you actually get, or have to pay like real money for it. 2 games are bounties, 3 games as I actually do have an incentive to try to get to rank 100 this season too, just because they finally have like a Death Knight in there. And not that I even play as Death Knights, but just I was always asking for that one, and I so wish it would have been Ner'zhul in the armor. We're only gonna play as warrior for right now anyway. 30 cards, mercenaries, excavate. I forget what the keyword of this expansion even is. Probably tradable then. I never even look at like what the new cards are. I guess I just see them actively within the course of play, but like we'll alternate between these 2. Or I guess there's 3 days left, but for me this is my last time playing it before that ends. But then I'll just play it in Wild instead. So I'll play each of these until they lose. Or maybe I should only play this one, because I could always do Dinazari later. It's not like I'm doing that in the twist mode. But I always would combine the 2 and then I split them up. Because they were as bad as they are individually, they're even worse together. So it's like I was trying to do Explore Un'Goro plus Dinazari, and you play like whichever one you get first or something like that, but I was just not even able to get to the point where I could do anything there. So at least here, if you commit to one, you just want to draw a bunch of cards. You want to have Yogg in your hand here, Yogg and Elise both. as kind of fun ways to affect your deck, despite the fact that it's all choose your path. And then for the other deck, you want to have Lord Thamar in your hand, and you want to have maybe Vandar, and what was the other one? Like Lord Thamar, Vandar, what did I just add? An Octosari you want in your hand before you play it, right? So this is part of the reason for the card draw, not just to... It's the same philosophy as Renounce, right? Whenever you have a bad gimmick mechanic like that, you're trying to just fill up your hand as much as possible. But I guess with Renounce, you want to do it after you play it. Well, it doesn't matter. You want to have a full hand, and then you want to keep drawing, because you're going to get all these high value cards, but then you're going to burn through them really fast. Probably. Same thing here. Like, this sucks even though they reduce the cost like to 0 or whatever. Which is true in this mode too. Right? The cards that you would get from that would always cost 1. The choose your path. Watching from ICT in school? Well, what is ICT? Okay, this is garbage. 1/1. I don't really want to do it yet. And of course, the cards that we have here are not very good. So we get Yogg, so that's pretty much all I want. Or I guess at least, but I'm not going to wait here all day for it. This is like the whole art of affecting your deck in decks that are preordained. So like Renowned Darkness is going to give you a fixed amount of stuff, but it doesn't matter because you can still affect it with Elise, with Malchezaar, with other things. And even Malchezaar sometimes gets fucked over because some of the legendaries he gives you a Warlock legendary, so those would change too. But that works in all 3 of these decks: Zenazari, Explore Un'Goro, and Renounce Darkness, none of which are good. Although I did say that Zenazari wasn't so bad at one point, but it was never like Legend Caliber or something, I don't think. Or maybe it would just be in there, you'd put 1 copy in there, the way that some Legend decks put Renounce in there just to deal with aggro decks if they felt like they had to or something. Right, sort of as a last resort, which almost still doesn't seem worth it, but... So... I mean, you do feel like you should just play Explore Un'Goro now. How fun and original. Fucking Jade Idol here. And we do get Elise right on cue. We may as well just do that for the fuck of it. Oh, computer stuff? Cool. Yeah, I remember people would always do that in computer classes in school too. They would like find these unblocked flash games or different things to just derp around with. So then the school had to put in like a monitoring system where the teacher could like look at what you're doing on the computer. Because it was like a small town, so they didn't have like very good technology anyway. So you go like play the the flash game on Newgrounds unblocked version in like 6th grade or some stupid thing like that. Whenever this attack kills a minion, summon 2 more. Okay. Just whatever we get is gonna be good. And even more, the more spells, the better. So hopefully we at least get to the point where I can play.
This jungle hides many secrets.
I get to the point where I can actually play Yogg just to kind of show that mechanic off. Yeah, I almost don't want to play the other one because this will be the last chance I get to play this one in the twist mode, unfortunately. I do love what they've done with the twist mode generally, aside from the time it bugged out. Like, see, I tried to play Renounce in the twist format just because you were able to, so I made that month all about playing Renounce, which I was going to do anyway because I just always loved that deck, and I hadn't played it in a while. But then they fucked me over with the bug because they didn't let me actually use it. Right? Every time I played it, it would make me like a different class and take away all my cards, like a Death Knight or a Demon Hunter. So we're gonna get a lot of high cost things here, but the problem is we're gonna die before we get the chance to play it. And whatever survives we could kill too, so even if it was the worst possible outcome, which is really not that bad, and I just have to try to survive for now. Okay, Dirty Rat could actually be good. Exactly. God damn it. I just wish you could still see the ranks of the opponents that you're playing, because it feels like... Taunt is good, but I'm not going to survive long enough to do any of this. Damn. I guess I could just do a couple taunts. What could he possibly have that's going to be that good? 3-5. Okay, that's good for its effect more than anything. That wasn't really the best use of it, but it's okay. More just for his Jade Idol shit, but if it goes on that long, I'm not going to win anyway. Or you know what else would work with Jade Idol is Yogg Saron too, because you'd be playing so many of them that it would work for that counter too. There was a point, speaking of suboptimal cards that somehow find a place in the meta, like Renounce and Zinazari. Yogg was like that at 1.2, where it was legitimately in the meta because of how stupid its effect was. You could just be losing and then you'd say, fuck it, let me just try it, and it might save you. If you have nothing on the board anyway, then what do you have to lose, you know? Or internal RNG in a card game, the old discussion about, you know, the card draw alone, like the order in which you draw your cards is enough RNG. You shouldn't need to see, you know, discover effects and other things that are random too. You definitely have to deal with the board. I have to okay, at least I'll get to that point, surely. Could have used this a while ago for the hero power. So hopefully this should be enough to last me out. Somehow it might still not be though, and Randall Staghelm, I forget how he used to say his name. Fandral Staghelm. I don't even know who that is in lore, despite being such a lore expert, because that's from like the Firelands in like Cataclysm or somewhere after Wrath. I love how some of these games are so oh shit, I actually am. No, don't tell me I'm dead. Fuck off. Some of these games are so silly with like how mad people get about stuff. Like I'm playing retail WoW and I'm just kind of flying around and people are getting mad and it has like, you know, 10 dislikes or something. I'm not saying I'm doing anything impressive there, but like I'm just going sightseeing and people get so pissed. It's the old saying like, oh, you're playing the game the wrong way. Don't kill me, dude. Let me just try Yogg, you clown. So stupid. Yeah, you know what? If that's in Wild, I'll actually save it because I'll keep playing as that one, but this is the last chance I'm gonna play as this one, so let me actually give it the full day, despite wanting to do like some sort of. Yeah, there's no way Zinazari would obviously be playable here. Cameras of Time, Journey to Un'Goro, Mean Streets, One Night in Karazhan, blah blah blah. Yeah, we'll just give the whole day to this because it's gonna be a short episode anyway, as it has been lately, unfortunately. Try to get to legend with this one, even though I'm at like bronze rank 10, which you might question, how have I done this basically the whole month and I'm still there? But I think it's because at least we're doing it in different formats, so I must be like bronze rank 8 in the other one in Wild. It is kind of a little surprising though, because I have won at least some games. So all you really want here at the beginning of these games is card draw. And that's pretty much all I have in my deck. Like this is just not a very high quality assemblage of cards, but it arguably shouldn't matter. This Garrosh is pretty sick. Like I unironically like this one better than the hero, or than the 1000 win one. This Odd looks okay, but I'm much happier with the one that I finally got for like $5 on the shop. So look at that. I saved myself like $75 because I had originally wanted it so badly, but I wasn't playing at the time, and I wouldn't have spent $79 on it, even if I had been playing. And so, you'll always be the succubus to me. And again, this was such a bad decision. They should have just changed the art of the succubus if it was objectionable or whatever. It's too hardcore for a little kid's mobile game. But the fact of the matter is, the Fellstalker has to have an ability related to magic, right? Like the Fell Hunter would ordinarily do. So our hand is in pretty good shape here. Yeah, they made a good decision with the twist mode, just doing what I said classic mode should have been, where they keep rotating through different expansions. I'm not the biggest fan of the Cameras of Time thing, because it's different enough just that you get to play as these different formats, period. You don't need to spice it up with that, and that probably ruins it in a way, but somehow people are okay with that. And then the other thing is just how short they last, like only a month each. Right, if they had started something like that when I said, then they wouldn't have felt the need to do that because they would have had plenty of time. You give you like one season per expansion, so you start off in Nax, then you go to Un'Goro, whatever, Mean Streets of Gadgetan, and it corresponds with the current expansion. Like, the length of whatever we're doing now, like Titans and Rumble and Badlands, would correspond to how long each of those would go on for, instead of just leaving it the same classic forever. They even had the presence of mind to do that with WoW. Like, they did it in, you know, they rotated it through BC and Wrath. I wonder if they're going to do Cataclysm. I feel like all these are fun, but you're not going to get the chance to actually do it. Damn it. I mean, I could try to just get saved by one of these cards, which sometimes you will, which is very fun. Like, even this is good if you just... Or wait, fuck. I thought I'd be able to do that and then do an Explore Un'Goro thing. You know what I haven't played in a while that I probably should is Karnas's Brood. So I'll try to let the twist mode sort of dictate what I play a little bit among my many infinite number of gimmick theme decks that I do over the years. So Renounce fit pretty perfectly in the last one. This fits pretty well into this one. And yeah, I swear I didn't even know going into it that's what was happening. I was just going to do these two anyway. So Alarmaba, Zombie Chow, Cthulhu, nice, dude. Cthulhu versus N'Zoth, the old rivalry, and all the old gods basically just hated each other anyway. Could probably do a taunt here, all things considered, but I guess I won't. I'll try to fish for something fun. That never gets me in trouble. Deal 1 damage, costs 1 less per tag a weapon. Now I won't be able to play a taunt is the problem. Or I guess this will give you a heal effectively. Yeah, I just can't deal with this board. Even last game, like, I got Brawl and everything worked out, and I still got screwed. And I had like a perfect Yogg-Saron moment, but it just didn't happen. Yeah, this is like a really weird schedule, like where I'm doing Sunday stream on Monday morning for me instead of... What? Oh, of course, from the effect. So technically it's like not even the same day that it's supposed to be on, but it still counts. None of this is gonna help me. I guess I could just draw into Brawl and that could save me, otherwise I'm screwed. Or this could give me something. Faceless Manipulator. If only that did the battle cry effect, then it would actually kill the, you know, pretty much everything.
Most excellent.
And yet these backgrounds make no sense too, because we're playing in twist mode. That's one mechanic they should really fix. It should only show a background of an expansion you could be using. You can't be using this one, whatever this, what was it called? I can't remember. Something Voyage to the Sunken Temple or something like that. So yeah, it wouldn't even be there. Like when you play in Standard, it shouldn't be showing ones that would be there in Wild. That's one of the many advantages of playing in Wild, that you get to see and hear potentially all the music and the backgrounds from the other expansions that you wouldn't be able to play in Standard, or obviously being able to use the cards in the first place too. Classic example of the means argument. Like, I could be playing these games perfectly, but I'm still losing. Or I could be playing badly with a better deck and I would still win. So you can't really measure it by that. We only play in range just because casual is no fun. We are a casual, but that showed you how easy it is. Like September last year, I don't even know the meta or the cards, or I haven't
I suppose I should thank you.
You know, I don't know anything, and yet I still get to Legend just like that because it's just that easy, and you can kind of just get away with it.
I hope you like my invention.
I borrowed knowledge. So I'll make a list of like all these triggered communities that seem to be like Path of Exile. Everybody's pissed. Just at not at me doing something one way or another, just for literally playing the game. People are mad, like, oh, you're playing it wrong. And then Arc a little bit. People generally that wasn't so negative. And then Magic the Gathering, everybody's like hindsight borrow knowledge. It seems to overlap with games that are very complicated because they you know, there's a lot of depth and the community is very passionate about it. But the problem is that they mistake that somehow like there's only one way to do it, or everybody has to do it the same way, and something like that. This background seems almost too similar to some of the other ones, though. They pulled out two of the best expansion ideas ever, and then this one's kind of okay, but Titans was obviously very important, and then even the Frozen Throne, which we'd already seen that before, but I guess, you know, are they going to do a third Lich King expansion now? Yeah, even as much as I like this game, it almost does feel like it's gone on a bit too long now, and some of these expansions are getting very silly. I swear I never even choose my card backs that I'm using. Like, it just randomly does it for me, I guess. Because what is this one, and why would I even have been using it? It's not even tied to the deck. Because I don't know, something seems almost bugged with it. Because whenever I open packs, it'll show me like a different card back. Even for the same type of pack, 2 in a row. Okay, so we get a decent Un'Goro with a good sized hand. So now it's just a question of, do I want to wait for Yogg? And I don't really care, but the interaction could be fun. And I almost got to show it in that first game. You would just have to make this deck way more survivable, which I'm sure you could do in terms of, you know, just the sheer number of, in terms of the sheer number of the cards that you're gonna get, like newer cards that also work in a card draw and defensive play and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't even have another screen, so if I have to use chat or something, I have to literally tab out, or even, which I couldn't even do in PvZ because that would crash. Just somehow that game never lets you do it. Okay, we almost want to go for low cost stuff, just trying to stay alive. And, you know, there's never a reason to play the second Un'Goro, but the reason why you do have 2 of them is just because of how badly you want to make sure you get it. Get so active with the emotes, and then you just stop playing. Imagine using the base Anduin in 2023. What, did you just start playing the game on your phone today for the first time? But you couldn't have, because you have the Sargeras card back, which you get pretty early in the reward track anyway, but yeah, the whole reward track mechanic is such stupid shit, because it's basically just you know, some sort of insidious thing to try to get you to play the game more or spend money. Like, there's no real value to it intrinsically. I mean, I guess I just could do it, but what's the point? Yeah, this is the one mechanic to this game that's so unique and so fun, is that there's so many of these cards that affect your whole deck, just period, in a way that is really transformative and arguably not even that good, which is the safe haven of how they're able to get away with it. But that and just the hero cards that sort of set it apart a little bit, even from its inspirations like Magic. They took the Planeswalker thing a little bit further. I mean, you could just whack something with this all day. Trying to play it defensively, by the way, survive. But if I just get, no, I can't get Yogg now anyway, so I mean, I'll win, but this is the kind of win we have to get, where the guy just AFKs out, which is fine with me. I mean, some of these matchups are pretty unfair. Let's see what kind of fun stuff we can get here. That's always interesting. I hear you like Elise, so we put Elise in the deck with Elise already in there, so you can play Elise while you play Elise. And obviously I never even got her, but those are the 2 perfect cards for this format, is obviously Explore Un'Goro and then Elise, the other one that gives you the pack, because that also complements the deck. Like, you only have Choose Your Path in there, so now you'll get the, obviously, the extra pack, which was perfect for Renounced Darkness too. It would kind of spice it up and help you get the extra card draw, because it's equivalent to basically drawing 5 cards just, you know, at once when your hand is drying out, because you're just playing the stuff rapid fire. Although given how rich and how many characters they have to draw from the lore, I guess I never enjoyed the fact that... Does that mean I had never like won a single game in this? That doesn't seem right. Play or destroy 1 Kingpin Putt or 8 Rush minions. I don't even know what Kingpin Putt is. Like, as rich as the Warcraft lore is, they didn't have to invent all their own characters like they did, you know, with Elise and some of these other ones. I can't remember even. Like Rokara. For some reason, I thought Rokara was actually a real character from like AV, even if she was like some random miscellaneous NPC that they're sort of extrapolating on. Like the Ishnu Allah guy in Teldrassil, where somebody made like a whole crazy video telling his whole backstory. And some of it was actually true, but then he obviously goes off the wall. Just the guy who greets you and gives you your first quest or whatever in the Night Elf starting zone. Dead game, by the way. More dead than PvZ heroes, because the queue times in that are actually not that bad most of the time. Yeah, that Red Dead session was kind of fun, and I almost wouldn't mind making a series out of that, but the problem is it's so hard to do that stupid setup. Like, once Paladin's Permanent Gauntlet is over, I could replace it with that, but that doesn't really make sense. Gotta be a multiplayer thing for that one. Some of these series will just, like, never end. Like this one in Magic and Chess, because in some form, at least, I'll always play those games until they go offline. I'll play chess until the chess goes offline, like... Yeah, that chess exclamation mark game was a pretty interesting concept. And it coincides perfectly with what I was always talking about. Just give me a player base for some sort of 3D model based game, which no game could seem to ever do. And even that game doesn't do it. And it sort of cheats the process because it borrows the player base from somewhere else. Which, if Chess was a greedy money grubbing site like chess.com, let's say, it would still... it would still, whatever, they would probably actually go after it, but since chess is free and open source and whatever, nobody seems to really care. The Chess24 completely died out and got basically bought out by the thing, by chess.com itself. Clearly they got rid of their biggest competition, but that's the whole beauty of chess, is you can't buy it because it's not even for money in the first place. So it must have been supported all these years just by donations of people, which is pretty impressive. I mean, it is just chess, but somehow it's able to be the best site besides chess.com. All this stuff is good. So we're pretty much ready to play it, but I would like to see at least one Yogg interaction. And again, of course, I could play this deck as much as I want in Wild. Why be a slave to the Twist format the way the other people are? Like, wow, we can play this fun deck in Twist mode that we could have played the entire lifespan of the game, right? Because... Or no, you don't want to do that yet because you don't actually have... You have to play Explore Un'Goro first. Come on, bro. That shows you the gimmicky nature of what people do. Like, you could have always played any deck you want, but now this kind of gives you the excuse to do it, which arguably you could say that's true with me, but it really wasn't. So it just sort of opens your eyes up to the whole open-ended nature of it, just that, you know, that's why Wild and Unlimited sort of formats, like in Magic Historic, is always the best, because you can just do whatever you want. Whatever you're doing in Standard, you could do in Wild. Whatever you're doing in Wild, though, you couldn't do in Standard. But the good thing with this is it restricts the card pool, so you can't use Modern stuff. So I'll get my ass beat by some meta old school deck rather than a meta new school deck, at least. Well... at least we got to see Yogg, but that's alright. Gonna literally deck myself out, but it's okay. Enzo the Char, give your opponent 2 bananas. We can mill you out too. How about that? The classic revenge moment. Now it doesn't even matter if you burn the cards because they're all the same. Yeah, like people always need like some sort of permission or some sort of a gimmick to try to do something. Like even that triggered me the most because of how much I like permadeath runs and I've always done them and stuff like that. When people are acting like, oh, hardcore classic, this cool new gimmick thing, and they're trying to meta game it to death, it's like, dude, you could have always done that. There's no rule that says, oh, you have to do a permadeath run just because now there's an add-on for it or now Blizzard is embracing it. You literally could have done that from the beginning of time. And so that is pretty dumb.
Jungle hides many secrets.
And I'm just trying to dumb cards at this point, I guess. And then they try to reinvent the wheel. It's like people are telling me what to do, and I get it. I failed my last one, whatever, I suck. But that's besides the point. Like, I've already done it so many times, like pretty much in the same format, in like a single player sense. I don't know what happens with stuff like that. Like, everybody always wants to do everything like the same exact way, or, oh shit, what a clutch draw. Not that we have much in my deck anyway, but... Try to dump my hand as much as possible, but obviously they're gonna mill me first. Yeah, look at the value of that. In a deck like this, at least, just...
Most excellent.
So we don't get to play Yogg, and we don't win. And even the one win we got wasn't very impressive, because the guy just AFKs out, seemingly. Start of your turn, set it to 7. I mean, it's kind of a good meme card, but I haven't done an arena in like a super long time. Or I shouldn't have even wanted to do that, because the problem is that you're going to put yourself in a position where now I can't play Un'Goro, but it's good as like a backup. They'll think, oh my goodness, my hand's empty and I'm going to have to go in top deck mode, and then I play that as like a clutch final thing. I almost had half a mind to try to push for legend with that one, renounce, and I got to like gold or something. Although I wasn't only using it, but still. I was trying to make a point to use it, and then it just didn't happen because literally of the bug kind of just killed my enthusiasm. I could have tried to fight through that too, but it probably wouldn't have been remotely possible still, but kill this clown. Don't need to do that yet. We may as well just do that now to see what's in there. Oh, here's that Rex Raptor moment. Oh, fuck, I forgot to do that.
Amazing.
That Rex Raptor moment that we got, like where it was a 2 mana 18/18 or maybe even more from Lorthamar and all that interaction. So literally you're like a Yu-Gi-Oh, minor Yu-Gi-Oh antagonist, where you summon this crazy thing and then the main character beats you with some stupid gimmick they come up with, because of course hard removal doesn't exist in that context, or it wouldn't feel satisfying enough in a show. Like, I summoned my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh, I just used Hammer Shot on it. Cool. Like, it's no big deal.
I'm almost out of cards.
Okay. Oh, wait, they made this guy a 14/14? I never even saw that, because I always use this in my anti-spell stuff. Oh, and they gave him Taunt. What the fuck did they do to this game, dude? I can't complain, but, like, you're trying to power creep older cards to make them still playable and relevant. It's probably still not that good. To compare that to Sogoth, like, what kind of a clown show is this? But they probably made Sogoth better too, although I don't think they did, because I thought I just played him. I mean, I guess I can kill myself on my own terms here. 3 damage to all damaged minions, okay.
Come to me, little ones.
This guy just has a high frequency or a high appearance rate in very fun decks, or although I guess it is the same thing. Yeah, that makes me almost want to do my anti-spell thing. Maybe that's what I'll do next month. Just all these changes, like even Iron Juggernaut, I didn't really do for too much, or maybe that's what I did sort of last month a little bit. I keep doing these decks, but then I don't really get to show what they're all about, because they're so bad that you lose before you even get to see, right, what the point of it is. Like I have to win one more game. So, yeah, that actually does show you. I've what, like won 5? No, it must be different per the format, or maybe not. Like won 4 games the whole month. That doesn't seem right though, because I think I won a lot more with the Zinazari one. Okay, we get Yogg. So all you want is Elise. I just want to show both interactions sort of together. I haven't been able to show Yogg at all. So give me Elise, and then give me Explore Un'Goro, and then let me just play a bunch of them, and then let me play Yogg. It's not that complicated. But somehow just surviving to that point is ridiculous, or we got Yogg burned in that game. Otherwise, I would have been able to play him, even if it didn't lead to me winning or anything. But because of the insane amount of card draw I do have in here, you do end up sort of milling yourself out a little bit. But yeah, that was the last twist one that didn't interest me at all. Was like the health value of your character is determined by the number of cards in your deck, and you can have between like 30 and 40. I didn't really care for that one too much. But yeah, we'll just keep farming these AFKers. That seems insane though, that you would only have won 4 games. I must have been doing something else. Or I want to see if it's shared within the... Well, I guess I won't see now. It's shared like between all the formats. You just have to win 5 games, period, in any of them. But then I couldn't have won more than 5 in that. It's not like I play that much. Like some weeks I could just play like 3 or 4 games. Because it's just, you know, like for this amount of time, like an hour. Okay, I'll take it. I forget what the card back even is this month. Oh, no, now we're gonna lose. That's what makes all the difference. This dude's stuck in the past with that old card back. Now, is that one that you got for the most recent Death Knight expansion? I think it was. The moment that my whole Death Knight completionist challenge ended was when I failed to do the Brawlocceum. I had to get 12 wins in like 3 tries or whatever. And I only got like maybe, I didn't even get 12 between the 3 of them. I did better in that other one where I used like a gimmick shitty deck for that Scarlet Ghoul Queen or whatever. I had 1 try to win 3 games. Then in the other one I had 3 tries to win 12 games, but in 1 run. And I won like 1, then 2, then like 2 or something like that. I don't know why that one was so much more competitive. I guess the Ghoul Queen one had a lot of people in there like me who just clowning around and trying to win the 3 games to get her, so you were being matched against other people like that, whereas the other one just nobody did because they feel like it's a scam and a waste of gold, or they're like hardcore tryhards trying to get 12 wins only, which again, doing that in like 1 or 3 tries is not exactly very logical. Or like people always show up, oh haha I did it, but how many tries did it take you to do? I'm sure someone has done that in like 1 try before, but there is a very low chance of that. Or like you just go undefeated and go 12-0. Okay, so I would like to get Elise, but oh shit, you ask and you receive. And now we'd like to get Explore Un'Goro, and that's it. Then we get to actually play them. But again, how much you want to bet I'll die before I ever get to do that? Your hand will run out, burn out, and then you get the pack to save you, like we even saw last game. You'll play all these spells just because that's what you're doing anyway, unless they made it somehow that doesn't count for this, but it should, you know, just like every choose your path. It's not like that's an overpowered interaction. It still takes forever to do it. I'm only doing like 1 per turn, so I need to get that quickly though, so I can get a lot of them. But yeah, when you cycle Yogg, it's like the spells that Yogg casts will also count for the next Yogg that you play. You make a copy of Yogg so you can play Yogg, and then he'll repeat his thing. A bootleg Shutterwalk thing, except that's actually good. Okay, so all I need to do is keep drawing stuff here. Slam again. Damn it. See, now here's where it just wastes time. If I could just play a bad card now and ruin my whole deck, I'd be in better shape to at least show off the suboptimal interactions that I want to show off. I think with this mic, you could hear like my mouse clicks a little bit more and stuff like that because it's just so overly sensitive. It's not even turned up that much. But I'm using like a silent mouse, kind of. Just not really too bad. Like, I don't know if I want to use it for paladins and stuff that's more high octane. But I finally made the setup at least a little more comfortable where I can actually sit down like in a chair and stuff. I was kind of lying down before because it's just... I don't know, I wasn't used to doing this, so... It is a little bit more convenient though, for sure. Please, just give me Explore Un'Goro. I'll just coin it. Fuck. See, now I'll lose. Well, it's not even now I'll lose. I'll lose before I get to see the interaction. That's the thing. People are using such boring stuff sometimes, like Cthulhu or Jade Idol. Like, do something at least a little bit different. There's a guy who does the same thing over and over, but at least it is qualifiably fun. I got absolutely clowned by Malkazar last time, just not being able to use him, you know, in the format. He's supposed to be usable in the format, but he's banned specifically. Like, he would have been playable, obviously, because One Night at Karazhan is in there. Like, what about him would make him overpowered or something? Maybe they're too lazy to actually filter the card. Like, oh, it would give you modern legendaries from the most recent expansion, so they don't want to filter that out, so they just say you can't use them. But all they would, like how with the Renounced, they don't want to filter out a Death Knight and Demon Hunter from Renounced Darkness, so they just say fuck you. And that bug was there the whole month, so that's how you know the game is just dead and shit. You might think, oh, nobody cares about that, but it's not a very hard thing to do. I play at the beginning of the month, then I come back and play it again the next week, and oh, the bug is fixed because it didn't happen that one episode, but then the next episode it did come back. That means it was there the whole time, or maybe they fixed it and then they brought it back or something. Yeah, okay, dude.
I hope you like my invention.
All I'd like to do is this little thing called Explore Un'Goro, and now I'm gonna not have the chance to actually do anything.
I have an axe.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Give me a minute to just do this, but no, he wants to show off his amazing fucking bronze tier 10 deck. You'd have to play it, then you'd have to play that, then you'd have to wait till turn 10, keep playing these Explore Un'Goros in the way.
None shall.
Really, dude. Certainly can't complain about the matchup, but I'm still gonna die. Amazing. Even if I do a brawl and I win the brawl, I'm still dead to that. Like, what the fuck, man? That's the irony of it. They'll buff some of these cards, but the decks will still be so bad. Like, Explore Un'Goro got buffed because you don't have to pay the one cost for the Choose Your Path, or Iron Juggernaut got the Death Rattle on top of Battle Cry, but it's still trash. Tyrantus is a 10 mana 14/14 with taunt instead of a 10 mana 12/12. Still elusive, evasive, whatever you want to call it. Which they still never gave that official keyword. That must be why I like it so much, because oh, I'm just edgy like that. Like, I want to like the thing that's unusual, and you have to read it out the whole way every time. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. You would pretty much have to do Brawl guaranteed here. But even if I win the Brawl, I still lose the game, because you get this. You know, that'll still equalize for 6, so that's just great. That's so annoying, man. We got to show the interaction off at least once. We showed Elise and just how cool that can be, but I haven't played Yogg a single fucking time in this deck, like, ever. Well, at least during this last couple sessions.
I bleed for Cthulhu.
Could be a bot even that we're playing against. That's not even BM. Like, oh, let me just play everything. Like, he's just so bad he doesn't know he has lethal. Okay, still rank 10. This is a little bit surprising. Again, I don't even care about winning the game either. I just want to show the whole thing. One game properly. Even if I just show Yogg, I'm fine with that. You just need Yogg and you just need Explore Un'Goro. I'm not even going to wait for Elise this time. You won't get the chance to do any of this just because of how bad it is. Turn 10 feels like an eternity away for some reason, even though it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I'll keep playing as the Zinazari one. I mean, I could still keep playing as this one too. Maybe next time, but I'll see what maybe the twist mode is, and I'll try to segue into something else. You see how maybe I'm easily entertained, or I kind of make my own fun. That not only do I not care about the meta, but I could play some of these decks forever. Renounced Darkness, this one. I should try a Whizbang a little bit, just with some of the new standard decks, even though you can only play them in Wild. How ironic. And basically, I should try to come up with some newer fun gimmick decks with some of the newer cards that I've never used. Not even newer as in the Badlands, but even just like the last 10 expansions I maybe never paid much attention to. And there could be some fun cards in there, but you see how evergreen some of these cards actually are. Like, this card has been in the game for a long time, but it's still so fun. Explore Un'Goro, Zinazari, Renounced Darkness, what else? Like, things that just kind of affect and change your deck. Malchezaar is always fun. Elise is fun. Even the elusive stuff is just more my personal preference. That doesn't really affect your deck too much, but there's got to be some other cards like that that I've just never paid attention to. And can we please just play Yogg? And the thing is, it'll still be underwhelming. Or watch them cuck me and say that somehow that spell doesn't count as a spell. Yeah, and I'm not using it, don't you see? I'm the regular Garrosh. I'm not the 1000 win one. So we're not even using your fucking thing. And it's not even yours, it's Yasharaj, the old god who was retconned in and didn't even exist apparently. Just like the whole continent of Pandaria. I love that fucking argument that people would make. Well, but they had this panda unit in Warcraft 3, one miscellaneous mercenary unit, so therefore we have a continent as big as fucking Northrend almost, or something, just because we ran out of ideas if we're Blizzard, or we're trying to appeal to the Asian market or something, right? Just because somehow you're able to yeah, see, now we're using the Magni card back. It's magic. You know, the whole continent and all this kind of stuff. Like, well, ogres don't have their own continent, or they probably do now that they just added. Or, you know, even goblins don't have their own continent, but pandas do. You know, they might have their own little island or something like that, but it's just weird. Okay, we got it. So I don't even care about the card draw. Like, let's just do it. We'll explore Un'Goro now. We'll probably still die pretty quick though. We do have Brawl, so if I can just survive a little bit. Why does it have to be an aggro deck, dude? Even though it's not a good one. Because there's nothing I can really do about this. Right, unless I get healing or something crazy from it. I mean, now I just have to survive till turn 10 and I'll consider that a triumph, even though it really wouldn't be that big of a deal. Here takes damage. Okay, that could be good, just to save me here. Because it's such a dead turn play to do that. Right, I accomplished nothing. And even the act of getting the card still... Okay. So we can brawl, and I have to hope for the best. Oh, whatever survives actually should be fine. Yeah, summon more, summon more. Now your hand's gonna be totally burnt out. I almost don't even care what does survive. That's not too big of a deal. We go like this. We just have to get defensive stuff. During your turn, your hero's immune. Doesn't really seem to matter to me too much, though. Come on, just give me a break of a couple turns. We got a taunt, card draw. We got this is good too. Okay, so your hand's completely empty. You would think you should have tapped before that. You could do either of those. right? Either the taunt or the... Let's actually do this one so we can gain the armor. Yeah, I love this because you kind of make the most of what you have. It's like doing a draft in the middle of a game, or it's like, you know, that's literally the concept of it. You just have to dynamically roguelike come up with an answer for the situation that you're in and make the best of the cards that you're dealt. Not even that you're putting in your deck, like dealt in the order that you get them. Why is he discarding so many cards? This guy's using a gimmick troll deck too. If you're holding a dragon, Sylvanas is always good. This will help secure my safety as well. Yeah, some of these stat values are just so differently randomly changed. We should be safe enough to get to turn 10 now. And again, he's probably a bot, and he's well, why would a bot have that one? That's just what they want you to think, though. Even if you go face, it's not going to do anything. The perfect card for this kind of situation, I guess. But I mean, a taunt would suffice the same way. I mean, I almost have to do stuff like that because I'm so in such a bind here. New spells cost 0. Trying to farm these out for Yogg, which again, we're very close to maybe not even being able to do that. Dr. Boom could be fun, but we're not going to get a chance to play it. I almost just shouldn't even do anything with that. Just let him get absorbent. So the overkill damage will also count. So if he hits me for like 4 and then 2, the excess 1 should still go there, I guess. Right, or I'm not even sure. Maybe it'll split it because he's already... No. Or, well, now it doesn't matter, but... Okay, one more turn. We just have to survive, but he's getting a little bit aggressive now. Fuck, he took away my heal that I was relying on. Amazing clutch play. You can use your hero power twice a turn. I might have to here. We should be able to kill something here at least. I shouldn't be dead, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not really the best play to make, but it's okay. Yeah, surely he wouldn't have any spells that could punish me for this. 20 health, you should be fine. I don't see what he can have now that he couldn't play anyway. Discovered 2 Pyroblasts. You can only play this turn. Special new card for the Badlands expansion that I'm not aware of. We get to play Yogg, and I got a decent number of spells off at least, so that shows you the support built in. Although it's not really all that good because 11, 12, 13, 14, you should be fine. The fact that he's immune could make this Yogg pretty... Oh, shit. Pretty interesting, but I'm still not dead. Well, unless you have some... No, no, no. Okay, fine. Is that who he's talking about when he says it's a small matter to control the mind of the weak? Millhouse? No, it's somebody else. It's the Blood Elf guy there. Restore 2 health to your hero. Let's just YOLO it. And again, it could still win you the game and it could go very well. So it should be a large number of spells that we get. Give something taunt. These top 3 cards. Jade Idol. Okay. Other taunt. More card draw. It could hit your face though there, obviously. Brawl is pretty fucking amazing. Holy shit. Look at what Yogg can do, dude. The chaos that he can sow. But then because he dies... Oh, it used to be like that, right? That shows you how much I didn't use him. It completely changed the game. Like Carl Anthony Towns. Mana bind. Look at that, dude. It doesn't mean necessarily that you're gonna win, but that was a pretty epic thing. You get both Twisting Nether and Brawl. Why does it seem like he has such a bias to do these board clear ones every time? There's plenty of spells in the game that wouldn't involve doing that. So now can we win without... Oh, fuck me, dude. You ask and you receive, dude. I'm an all 3 animal companion. Or no, I mean, I guess I could have done that too, but there's a high probability he's gonna do that too. Just, fuck. At least you got to play it once. You could kill me too. I mean, it's possible. He's very high chance to clear whatever you summon yourself on the board. We have a lot of secrets though. Those are always a net positive. Uh-oh. Oh shit, I'm getting lucky with that though. Alright, so we still have to put something a little better here together. What are the chances of that? You get Yogg immediately after you just played Yogg. And it's not like one of the spells he played caused that to cast. This guy's deck is fucking trash though anyway, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered for most of these, like they all are. Give me another Yogg, fuck it, dude. One for each thing in your opponent's hand. I don't really even want too much more card draw now. You just want heals. I thought this guy healed you for 4 now. I thought that was one of the changes they made. Unless they undid it too. This you could just trade in. So maybe Dr. Boom could be good. Or you know what? Let's just do the 10-10. Fuck it. I have a couple secrets. I have a heal. I have Dr. Boom coming out. Yeah, we'll totally play this maybe more too. Just doesn't mean you have to do it in twist mode, but
I suppose I should thank you.
like imagine losing this game though to a clown deck like this, where you, not that his is anything special, but just like how did it even happen? We got such a perfect Yogg. Your power costs 1. Let's just do these 2. Now he'll do his own Yogg and clear my board too the same way. The whole time I could be trash talking a bot. Yeah, see, this is what means more. You not only get your fun interaction, but you win in a fun way that is far more interesting than anything else. It means more to do it like this to me, or at least sometimes. I'm not saying you should never metagame or stuff like that, but oh, it's like a feather one. I'm not really a big fan of that anyway. So you get to bronze rank 9. What an accomplishment this whole month. So then we get bronze rank 9. Really? So that's must have been all I had done in either of these. Didn't I play only this account like the whole month? It's actually kind of weird. I don't know why I even got Omen. I've gotten a lot of these heroes actually. I'm trying to single-handedly keep the game on life support from the microtransactions I'm getting, because normally I would have never done that. And it's almost like paying the game back, because I did play it like totally free to play for the first fucking 8 years or whatever. And so if even someone like me is doing that, that's how you know that either the game is going to survive, or like someone who's so unlikely to do that normally, or that the game really is in a bad state that, you know, you feel like you need to do that, because otherwise the game would just die out. So they owe me a favor for doing that. None of this stuff on the track really looks that good, although this one is pretty cool. I don't like when stuff protrudes off the side of the card back though. Like, that looks so ugly. I always say that in Magic the Gathering, or Magic always has those stupid outlines and borders around it that are kind of too conspicuous. Right? You don't really need the outline of the card. The outside of the card is itself that. The only thing I would want is that level 100 thing, because it's just so cool that they finally added a couple other ones. In fact, didn't they add like a whole bunch of other ones too? Not just, it's not enough to simply add the Demon Hunter one. They also, or I mean the Death Knight one, they also have to add duplicates for all the other ones. Like you get a second Demon Hunter for the first Death Knight now. Kind of rub it in their face. Unless I just never noticed these before, but I thought they weren't here. Or maybe it's like a temporary thing that goes on and off. Because I feel like I'd seen them before, but I hadn't seen them on this one. Yeah, I've never gotten a single one of these because I've never gotten a level 100 on the reward track, because I've never really played the game that much since they 4,000 makes it seem like that's how many top 4 finishes you've had. 4,000. Don't fucking play the other modes. Like I said, I haven't played Arena in a super long time, but at least we got to see the interaction. And again, we'll see what the next twist mode is next time, and we'll fuck around with Zinazari, I guess, a bit more, and then move on maybe to something else. See you tomorrow.